reality just hit me that life can suck sometimes. Today is pet scan results day. Probably, hopefully.
Last one.
The very last one. Why do I look like this? Because we're late. Of course, obviously, for the very last pet scan results appointment. I hope it's the very last one. If today is good news, I'm gonna give this to my doctor, bottle of Prosecco, as a thank you for the past years. Thank you, Jeff, for doing that. Thank you so much. I only forgot to put on my lucky necklace, but I am wearing my lucky bracelets. So, do you see though how curly my hair is now that it's wet?
Oh, it's gonna be even more when we get there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna brush my hair and put it in a bun because I still cannot style the curly hair like I want to. I do have mousse at home, but obviously I didn't put that in my hair. So I'm just gonna brush out the hair.
You're not gonna do the palm today?
The palm tree on my head? No, there's no. I only do the palm tree on my head, like a ponytail, a high ponytail, when my hair is greasy. I think the women know what I'm talking about. When your hair is greasy, you put it in a bun, you put it in a ponytail. Because it looks way better. I'm nervous, can you tell? Because I'm babbling. Can you tell I'm nervous?
You've been nervous the whole morning.
Yeah, which is why we're late. Because I've been procrastinating my morning. It's a 20-minute drive. He almost drove us to the wrong hospital, but we made it. This hasn't happened in a long time where we don't have any parking.
It's true. Oh.
This is a parking spot. People just don't know. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. I'm gonna park it over there.
Yeah, just go around.
All the way or
yeah, all the way. In case there's a place over there. Okay. We went a lot of levels up.
4?
It's really busy today. Now we have to go and run down.
Right. We made it.
Wrong side of the hospital.
Everything was wrong this morning.
We're going to the other side of the hospital now. So it's a few days after my appointment with my doctor about my PET scan results, and I needed to give myself a few days before getting back in front of the camera because I had an absolute emotional breakdown right after the appointment. And I really want to get real here and show you guys a side that maybe you wouldn't have thought of seeing, basically, and that is obviously good news. My PET scan came back clear. The spots that they had seen 2 months ago on the scan were probably from an infection of some kind. We don't know what, but what's most important is that the spot was gone. There was nothing to be seen anymore on the scan, which means that I no longer have to return back to the hospital for regular PET scans and checkups. I am officially completely done with hospital visits for my cancer journey. Obviously, my cancer journey is not over because there's this whole mental prospect and learning to deal with whatever happened in the years that I was sick, but I'll get to that a little later. So the reason that I'm not like, woo, screaming from the top of my lungs that I am officially declared cancer-free, and first off, I'm gonna answer a question that probably pops into your head. Aren't you supposed to get like checkups for at least 5 years? In my case, I had a stem cell transplant, and with that type of stem cell transplant, 2 years after dato and seeing nothing on any scan, you can absolutely say goodbye to the hospital, and it is not necessary anymore to have those regular PET scans and checkups. However, if I do ever feel like there's something wrong, or I am curious to see if there's anything going on in my body, I am more than welcome to stop by the hospital and get a checkup. My doctor was very clear that everything looks good and that he is more than happy to say goodbye to me, which is also like a little bittersweet. And I did give him the bottle of Prosecco as a thank you. And obviously he told me that that really wasn't necessary, but you know, I had a few doctors throughout the past years, and I am very glad that I ended up with him as my doctor. He did show some emotion in the last appointment and in this appointment, which came to my surprise, also made me emotional. In that appointment, I got emotional because it just felt like a surreal moment, but it didn't feel like relief to me. It just felt like weird to me. Like, it is so weird that for the past 3 years you've been in and out of the hospital, that it just felt weird to accept in that appointment that it is now actually all over and that I do not need to visit the hospital for that anymore. Obviously, I still have hospital checkups, but it's because of the after effects of my chemo treatments, not for the cancer. So I'll still be needing to go to the hospital for my heart, maybe for my lungs, I'm not sure. But in that moment, I just felt really weird and I started to get emotional, but I really didn't know where the emotions were coming from. Was it relief? Maybe slightly. Did I just feel utterly weird? Yes, entirely. But it was when I walked out of the appointment, and I'm trying not to get emotional, but I just can't help it. When Jeff and I walked out of the appointment, we walked over to the elevator and we get into the elevator with another couple. The girl was bald and had like a cap on, and I think she had like a pick line. I didn't really look at it, and I got so angry in that moment. I got so angry for everybody that has to go through this. Reality just hit me that life can suck sometimes, and that all these people, me included, do not deserve this. I did talk with my doctor about, like, super grateful about all the lessons that I've learned over the past 3 years. Even though, you know, I really didn't want to be sick, but I learned so much. But then, like, looking at them, it just broke my heart. But I got really upset. I got really mad. Like, the rage inside of me, unexplainable. And I couldn't cope, and I walked out of that elevator absolutely sobbing. They didn't see, by the way, but I walked out of there sobbing, and I immediately told Jeff, like, life is so unfair and I can't deal with this. Like, I had so many whys, so many questions that will always stay unanswered, and I didn't know how to deal with that in that moment. So many emotions at once. I didn't really feel like celebrating. I did call up my family, I did call up my friends to tell them the news, and obviously they were all very excited, super happy, because of course it is extremely happy news. I did later that night invite over some friends for drinks to celebrate. I mostly did that for them and not really for me. That's the conclusion that I got from that night. I also had like a panic attack that evening. I watched the wrong movie. Like, the girl in the movie got sick. That turned into a very messy panic attack. But I also came to the conclusion that there is a lot that I need to process from over the past 3 years. And I didn't think that it was as bad as it actually is. I do really need to give it a place that I kind of feel like I lost 3 years, even though I didn't, because I still did so much in those years. I still achieved so much. I learned so much, but I also lost a lot. Mentally, I'm still not okay. Like, I will never, ever, ever be the Romeo I was before I got sick. I will have to deal with that. I will have to work through that. I will have to grieve the Romeo I was before I got sick, but also I will have to grieve the Romeo I was when I was sick. And that is a very odd thing to do. I'm obviously getting help with that. Like, I'm not doing this on my own. This altogether was what I was feeling when I got the results and when I walked out of that hospital and everything set in. Like, I was scared, excited, upset, angry, and I felt guilty for not being extremely happy about my situation. And it was so super overwhelming. Like, it is super overwhelming still, but I really wanted to share that with you because this is like a side you might not always see, because normally you just see like the happy smiles and laughters after getting like good news, but this is also reality. Like, not being able to cope with whatever actually is happening. Like, I have so much to think about now, like the future, but also I'm still taking one step at a time. I now feel like I can take steps that I was previously too scared to take. I felt like I was held back, and I now have my freedom back, but that is also very scary, like extremely scary. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna miss my pet scans and all those checkups. I'm definitely not gonna miss that. But it's so much to take in, so much to process, and so much to grieve for. And of course, eventually I'll be able to celebrate, but I also need to give myself the time to adjust to another new situation. I've officially gained my freedom back. So I am happy but super scared about that. Like, I'm not trying to come across as if I'm ungrateful or like not happy about that, because obviously I do not want to be sick. Very scary when the whole hospital like just falls away from your life, especially if that is something that you've known for a few years. So many emotions. And I really want to thank you guys for being with me those 3 years, like during COVID as well. Like, I had you guys to talk to, you guys to bring along with me to the hospital, and I'm so happy about that. I'm so grateful for that, and for everybody who sent me cards and gifts, and it just means the world to me, like, honestly. And I am very curious to see what the future has in store for me, and I hope you guys will stay along with that journey as well. We're still gonna take it one step at a time. Hi, this is Romee from the future. I just wanted to quickly check in and let you guys know that I'm doing much better after like taking some time for myself to process everything. I'm currently in Greece. I sent myself off on a vacation to Greece, to a town where I've come my entire childhood, which is actually really exciting. So I know all the people here, like, it feels super homey, and I'm just very happy to be here and just take some time to relax. Actually take a vacation. I know I've been traveling a lot, but traveling is so much different than actually taking a beach vacation. But what I've come to realize is I wanted to post this video this Sunday, which this Sunday right now means September 10th. And I realized, and this was not planned, that September 10th of 2020, exactly 3 years ago, if you're watching this on September 10th, 2023, I posted my video with my life update that I got cancer. And now I can post this video and tell everybody that I cancer. Exactly 3 years ago, I came out with the video. And look where we are now. Oh, May of 3 years ago. I am very proud of you. Okay, before I get all emotional again, and I really hope I get to upload this tomorrow, which will be September 10th of 2023. I'm gonna enjoy my vacation in Greece, and I'm gonna try to recharge. I'll be uploading videos soon, so if you liked this video, which I think you did if you liked the news, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on so you know whenever I'm gonna post another video. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Ik had net een afspraak in het ziekenhuis. Ik ben officieel ontslagen. Ja, verdomme.